to Girlies vs. TBR. I'm Alyssa.
I'm Mari.
And this is our reaction video to Onyx Storm, which is book 3 in the Empyrean series by Rebecca Yarros.
Stop! Before you continue this video, this is massive spoilers before we continue our scheduled programming.
Spoiler alert.
This is our spoiler alert.
You have not read Onyx Storm. I don't know why you clicked into the video, but thank you. I love you. But maybe come back after you watch Onyx Storm.
Yes.
Our main reaction is, what the fuck? Okay, so besides our main reaction, what are your overall feelings about Onyx Storm?
After I finished it, I had to go back and reread like the last few pages.
Mm-hmm.
What did I just read? Like, how are you gonna end it like that, Rebecca?
Yeah. Okay, Rebecca. Excuse you.
This is for you.
Yeah.
What?
I also read the last line and then I flipped the page because I thought there was gonna be more. Because it's at the very bottom of the page.
Alyssa, how are you feeling?
The ending also got me. I was a little confused. But overall, I really, really liked this one.
Yeah.
The first time I read Iron Flame, I was definitely like, this...
I think we were both on that boat.
It was too long. The print was so tiny.
That's what it was for
in
me.
the book. Yeah. I was giving myself a migraine trying to finish. When I did my reread, I listened to the graphic audio of both Fourth Wing and Iron Flame. Yeah, and so now, like, I'm like, okay, I'm in it. Iron Flame is back in the okay realm for me. But Onyx Storm was really good. There was the adventure I really liked in it, and then Xaden was just, like, amazing in it.
Xaden was being Xaden in this one.
Yes.
Heavy, hardcore.
Yes.
And we appreciate that.
So that was, like, I really did like the adventure part of them going to the different islands and stuff like that. I liked it a lot.
It was good. And Riddick?
Oh.
Riddick in this book was amazing.
He was so funny.
Nothing better happened to that boy.
Along with Riddick, also Broccoli.
Broccoli. We all need a broccoli.
Might be my favorite character.
So cute.
Yeah, of course.
How can you not?
I'm a cat person. We do want to talk about some of the events that happened in the book and how we feel about them. And then also our theories going forward based on what's going to happen with what did happen in the book. First, we want to talk about Andarna, my baby. Why did she leave?
It hurt me when she broke the bond because that's still up in the air on whether it's truly broken. I was actually crying. Like, I cried. I don't know about you, but I actually, like, shed some tears.
Yeah, I definitely teared up because I didn't think she would actually do it. I mean, I get why. Like, I definitely get it. Like, that was her only chance to go and learn from them after she got literally rejected from them in the first place. Yeah, what the hell? Yeah, I know, I was sad.
I was really sad. I was like, how can she break her bond with her mom?
Yeah.
Violet is like a mom figure, I feel.
Yeah,
you know,
definitely.
Baby, teenager.
And then she came back. I did not expect her to be back in this book.
Me either.
Yeah.
I thought she would be gone for quite a while, and we won't get her back until into book 4.
Yeah. You have a couple of theories on why she came back so soon.
Yeah, so I thought that she might have learned something from the Arid, and she had to come back and tell Violet. There's no way, like, she left.
Yeah, like, she learned something, and she was like, oh, crap, I need to go back and, like, tell Violet immediately. I like that theory.
Just because if she was gonna leave and this was such a big deal, she wouldn't just come back.
Yeah, it was a big decision to break the bond in the first place. So why is she back so soon? So surprised.
I mean, you have sort of an idea of what kind of information she might be bringing back.
Yeah, so I'm thinking, I mean, this is like very vague theories. You know, we pick up details for sure, but we haven't reread Onyx Storm yet.
Yeah. No.
So I'm sure we'll have more after that. The whole book 3 was definitely a quest to find a cure for Xaden. And Darna knew that. Everyone else knew that. So I really think that maybe she found it when she was with the Iris, and so she was like, that was maybe what made her say, I need to come back immediately because I have some information regarding that specifically.
Her loyalty to Violet is never going to be broken.
Yeah.
And she's like, no, I need to bring this to her ASAP.
Yes, yeah. Or she found out the Irids were assholes, because they are, and then she's like, peace out, bye.
The next thing, Quinn.
Rip.
Quinn! This was the second time I cried. I wasn't expecting it, and I know you said that the only reason why you sort of got emotional was because it was through Imogen's POV.
To be honest, I remember the main characters, but I don't really remember Quinn that much. So I think the only way it was that impactful for me personally was because it was from Imogen's point of view.
I don't think I was too invested in Quinn, but I don't know. Imogen is mostly the one that we have more connection to. So just Imogen breaking down, I could not control myself.
Yeah, because we know Imogen to be the strong character and stuff. So yeah, her breaking down made me break down.
There was no way for me to just read it as is and move on. I was like, what?
Yeah.
Do you think? Do you think this might be a way for them to like set up Imogen's death in the next book? Or who do you think is gonna die?
Oh God, I hope it's not Imogen. Like, I definitely think Violet needs her in the next book. But concerning because we know Rebecca has said that in book 4, someone that we love is going to die. We got like a little taste with Quinn. And then now for book 4, I think it's going to be Riddick, honestly. I think he's going to die.
That's what everyone is guessing is Riddick for the most part. Just because he's a very lovable character. We got so much of Riddick in this book.
And I think that was intentional. Since
She's just trying to break our hearts. I think that's what it is.
Yeah. We got so much of Riddick in this one, and we bonded with him so much. She was setting him up to be the one that dies in book 4. Because she does that. She said Liam, when she introduced his character, Liam was introduced in order to die.
Liam was just a perfect character. And there's no growth. I mean, it hurts me. That is a top contender on who would die.
But who is your best guess for book 4?
Honestly, my first thought when I was watching all the interviews with Rebecca is that Rhiannon. Like, she is the best friend of Violet. The first person she talks to. She saves her by, like, taking off her boot for the parapet. I can imagine that she's going to repay that debt in book 4. It would be a very big pivotal point.
That would be a great way to be a catalyst for Violet's character to maybe do something drastic is if she did die. Maybe that's why we got Rhiannon's point of view in the last part of the book, is to see how good of a leader she is, how many sacrifices she makes. And stuff like that. So maybe that is setting it up. I don't know.
I don't want any of them to die.
No. We know it's going to be heartbreaking. We know 2 things for sure. There's going to be a death in book 4. And we're going to cry about it.
Feel it coming. Like, I know I'm going to sob.
Yeah.
I'm going to be eating my salt tears. Not going to be fun. But we just gotta suck it up and just read it because that's what she wants, so that's what we're gonna read.
It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. We're gonna be fine.
Everything's fine.
Balance is such a big part of this book. Like, what? Everyone has a counterpart, Venom, that has the same signet. 1, Venom have signets.
Yeah. How did everyone miss that in the other books?
2, like, what are they gonna do?
I don't know.
How do you even fight the same signet? That's my question.
Most of the characters in the books are cadets, and we know the Venom have had way more time to perfect their signet. Something's got to give.
And I know that they're bonded to dragons, but again, you know, power is still power, and they're free to use it. Their own volition.
My main thing concerning the balance of power is Theophany is a storm wielder. Who the hell is a storm wielder on their side? Because we know it's not just lightning. And then the same with lightning from Violet, who is the Venon's lightning wielder.
The whole, like, Xaden having to pay the balance is it's icky to me.
Yeah, it's like the magic already knows that he's tipped too much to the Venon side. I'm scared. The baby scared. Is Xaden, he must be an ASIM now. He was an initiate, and then he unleashed the Onyx storm, and I think he's ASIM now. What is that going to mean for him? So with Xaden being ASIM now, how are they going to find a cure? I feel like it's going to be even harder. The only thing I can think of is I don't think there has ever been a child of the rebellion with a rebellion relic who has also become Venon. Maybe, very vague theory, that maybe the rebellion relic will protect him in some way and it will help.
I don't see why not. I also had very vague.
Yeah.
Very vague. The marriage was the tether to him not fully going away as a human. He's full Venom now, or at least we think he is.
We're assuming.
Think that there was a mention about how there has to be something for them to, like, tether back to humanity. And I feel like that's Violet.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that makes sense because when the Onyx storm that he unleashed did reach her, like, that was the one thing that made him pull it back.
Yeah, and they still had a connection when they were on the islands with no magic. How is that possible that they still have a connection, you know?
What other bond do they have?
Aside from the mated dragons, like...
Yeah.
What does that mean?
There has to be something else. Also, we don't know if there's any other two humans that are bonded to two mated dragons that can also speak like mind to mind like that. We have no idea if that's like an everybody thing or a Violet and Xaden.
Right. I agree with that.
I agree.
So when Violet uses her powers at the very end, she uses quite a bit of it.
Yeah, and she's also very tired. And Taryn kept saying she was close to burnout.
He was very worried. She could have been reaching for power through the ground.
I also noticed that.
Yeah.
I did have that hunch. And then as I was finishing the book, the moment that she, like, comes back in front of Ryerson House, Brennan looks at her and says, "Holy shit, Violet." I immediately was like, she has red rims around her eyes. That's totally it. So, like, I'm glad to know that you felt the same kind of way where you were like, is she using a little too much power right now? And where is it coming from?
We don't know the extent of her powers. She just seems like a well of pure energy. When Homegirl was just, like, going for it, I was like, oh my god, she's doing too much. Like, she's doing too much. Where is she pulling all this power? And obviously she's made it to Tarn, who's very powerful, but you know, he was also like, yo, slow down. Slow down. And she didn't. She, like, kept going. Oh, Homegirl's gonna turn Venom now.
I definitely thought it was possible because we know 12 hours has passed. So honestly, it could be or it could not be. That's about the time when Xaden first does it, is about the time that it takes for the red rims to disappear around his eyes. So by the time she appears in front of Brennan, it's possible that it went away. I don't know, but I'm glad that we both had the same reaction.
It was scary.
Yeah,
it was scary. I was like, oh my god, this is when Vi turns.
So, talking about turning Venom, we know when Xaden is in the cave with the sage that he says he has a new brother. Someone who has newly turned Venom and who wasn't in the cave before that was Venom. What are your ideas?
Considering everything that we've seen with Rebecca's interviews.
The things that we're talking about are somebody asked Rebecca, you know, what should we be looking for at the end of the book to figure out who is the newly turned Venom? And she said, look for who is not there. And who is not there.
Freaking Garrick.
They literally they say, have you seen him? Violet goes, Garrick is missing too. So I definitely feel like it could be him. I have a very specific reason also why I think it's him, is that we know from, is it Imogen's point of view?
When she, like, when Quinn just died?
Yeah.
Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah. So from Imogen's point of view, we do know that Garrick was exhausted. She said she had never seen him that tired. And he was saying that he didn't think he could distance walk again. He still had to do something. I think that maybe he saw what was happening in the cave, that Xaden was there with the sage or whatever, and was like, I need to get there right now.
I mean, it makes the most sense. Garrick is Xaden's best friend. We've seen other people assuming other characters. One major one was Brennan.
Yeah.
I feel like everybody just thinks he's evil.
Because he has an orange dragon! I mean, I don't know what else you want from us.
And I've seen, like, Bodhi as well.
We know Bodhi is more so all about being in the action. He doesn't want to be next in line. I just don't know if he would do that. Because Xaden does seem really shocked that this person has turned venom. I don't know. It's all speculation until we know.
I know! And then, like, the least likely characters, maybe that warranted the reaction as well. Like, I don't know, what the fuck, like Sawyer or something?
Sawyer with his one?
We'll be okay.
Will we? Probably not. Where the fuck is Xaden? Where is he now?
Where's my boy?
We know he's gone. We know he's missing. And we know there are some other dragons and riders missing. As well as 6 dragon eggs from the Vale by Ryerson House. I'm kind of thinking, right, when they were on their little island hopping adventure, they went to Unbriel. And that was where 3 of their warriors had to fight 3 of Unbriel's warriors, and Violet ended up fighting their queen. Their whole bargaining chip was, we will send our army to the continent if you give us dragon eggs. And now there's 6 dragon eggs missing. Unbriel wanted 12 dragon eggs. So we've only got half. Xaden's going to have to go to the hatching grounds at Bagskaeth and get 6 more.
I do think that's going to be part of the plot.
Yeah. I mean, why else are dragon eggs gone? Unless the dragon themselves move them.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't think they need those as a bargaining chip.
Yeah, they need that army too.
There's no way that they can defeat the venom with, like, no help.
That island also worships Dune the most, and we've already seen that kind of come into play with Violet killing the Maven with the dagger that has the stone from the Dune temple, and that she's mainly the one that's supposed to wield it. Right, so someone that hasn't been blessed by Dune shouldn't be wielding that dagger. Right. Could also be part of, like, the cure for Xaden, is maybe they also need an alliance with the island that worships Dune, because they need an alliance with Dune. So potentially, I feel like we're going to get a scene where Xaden gets stabbed with the stone dagger blessed by Dune.
I'm here for it, as long as he doesn't die. I also brought up that the cure could be that she stabs him, right? Most of the venom, you know, leaches out of him. The whole marriage thing kind of tethers his actual human soul to his body. So he doesn't fully die, but he has to get to the brink of, like, almost stepping.
Yeah. And then he decides to stay.
Right. That would be the most intense scene ever if that were to happen.
Yeah, I feel like that makes sense though.
Yeah.
Like, I definitely feel like that's an option.
I mean, knowing Rebecca though, like, her brain works in...
Yeah. Like, how many theories did we have for Iron Flame, and, like, none of them came to fruition?
Yeah. Okay, so who knows where Xaden is? Like, is the inner circle informed? I know he was a bit hesitant to... Well, he wasn't a bit hesitant. He was against anyone knowing that he was venom. Violet already told, you know, pretty much the inner circle, so...
Everyone. You told that, right?
Yeah. When he decided to marry her, and they decided all of that...
The missing 12 hours.
Yes, the missing 12 hours. Who else knows what actually happened? Did Xaden plan a whole other game plan away from Violet with the inner circle? Okay, this is plan B. If things go awry, I need you guys to be there for Violet.
We have 2 specific people that we are most curious about, if they know what the plan is, or are they totally left out of what is happening. One is Brennan. The only thing I'm on the fence with Brennan about is that when Violet shows up, he doesn't really seem that surprised.
No, he doesn't.
And maybe that would indicate that he does know what's happening. And also, he's kind of the coordinator of, like, a lot of things that have to do with Tyrandor.
That's Xaden's brother-in-law now.
Yeah. Do you think that Imogen knows?
She could know, but then that would also mean that she would be threatened to spill everything that she knows.
Yeah.
She would have to know something.
Yeah, I feel like she does have to know. I don't think she can wipe her own memory.
No.
And it kind of does seem like she knows, right? Because when they go like, holy shit, Violet, Imogen goes, your finger.
Your finger.
Like, there's a chance that she is totally in on it. You do need somebody totally in on it in case things go badly.
Right.
You need to have someone that knows when it's going to go bad. It would be very difficult for Imogen to not be targeted and like tortured to figure out where Xaden is.
I mean, and they could go back to who's gonna die in book 4.
Yeah.
That could tie into that.
For book 4, I saw a really great theory online that I kind of want to talk about. I saw on Instagram. She was saying that she thinks Taryn and Sigale broke their mating bond in order to enact Xaden's plan. And that's why Taryn is still sleeping when Violet reappears 12 hours later and she can't reach him. And Adarna says he's sleeping to recover. But recover from what? It's definitely possible that they broke the mating bond. That way Xaden and Violet can't speak mind to mind or have that mental bond anymore. I mean, we know that there's still a way Violet can find Xaden because he trained her that way. And he trained her to find him in his shadows.
At the end he goes, don't look for me.
Eyeballs.
Don't actually look, you know?
Yeah, because you won't be able to find me, but maybe she'll be able to like see which shadows are his, and that will lead her to him. 12 hours is a long time.
Anything could have happened.
Yeah, anything could have happened.
It makes sense. They also don't have to meet each other every now and then, like what, every few days?
Yeah, it was like every 3 days. Yeah, that's another good point.
Yeah.
Is that if they don't have the mating bond, then Sigale and Xaden can go wherever for however long they need to go. And they don't need to be in close proximity.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't like it. To end on a better note, other than the doom and gloom of what's going to happen in book 4, what is your favorite part about Onyx Storm?
Alden has to be carried in a basket. It's so funny to picture.
Yeah.
Where, like, everyone's riding a dragon and he's just, like, being carried.
By a griffin in a basket.
Yeah.
Not even by a dragon.
So funny.
By a griffin. Because the dragons won't touch him.
It's hilarious. Like, I just picture a grown man in a basket.
Yes. I was
carried
dying.
like a baby.
Yeah, I was dying. And he's a prince. He's a prince in a basket.
I know. It's kind of like stork energy. Bringing baby over. Laughed way too hard at that.
Yeah. Do you think he was just like sitting like the whole time? Or like did he like lay down?
He must have been just like...
Yeah. The indignity. I love it. I love it for him.
He needed that. Just a little tad bit.
Yeah.
What's your favorite part, Alyssa?
My favorite part is when Violet is on the island and she is meeting Xaden's stepdaddy. She like kind of bests them all after the whole chocolate cake incident, and then she in turn has been poisoning them all night and just waiting for it to take effect.
You know, because our girl loves poison.
Yes, and she's so smart. She knew something was up.
She was like, something's shady here. Let me get on this before they try to do something.
Exactly. That was incredibly smart of her. We see a lot of Violet like not wanting to inflict harm and stuff like that, but I really like that she took the initiative to do that, and she was ready to let them all die. If they did not save Garrick from scarfing down that chocolate cake.
I just like that nobody knew until like after, and Violet like did it on her own. Like it was just great. Yeah, it was a leader move, which is also why I really liked seeing her do that too. It was badass. She's badass. Yeah. Okay, so that was our Onyx Storm video. We had a lot to talk about. Yeah, lots of thoughts. Lots of thoughts. Please leave your theories down below.
Yes.
Please. I love reading them. Some of your insane theories.
Yeah, especially people that pick up on a lot of the details, because y'all be putting stuff together quick.
Like, I wish to be on that level.
So let's conversate.
Yeah.
Down below.
You guys could follow us on Girlies versus TBR on Instagram. And we also have our individual Instagrams as well.
They'll also be linked down below.
That's pretty much it. We will see you on the next one.
Yeah.